Welcome back, and our first fight features Minoru Suzuki versus Katsuomi Inagaki. Josh, how do you see this fight playing out?
Well, Suzuki is clearly the veteran in this case and a ground master. Inagaki, no stiff on his own right, but I think he's in a little over his head, and I think even he knows that at this point.
All right, we shall see if that holds true. Let's go ringside.
Versus Katsuomi Inagaki. 一つ抜けたらここにはたどり着かないっていうんですかね。その間の藤原組がなければここにはたどり着かないし、UWF がなくてもたどり着かないし、もちろん新日本に最初に入門しなければ、違う団体に入門してたらまた違ったこのプロレスっていうか格闘技の人生を歩んでたんじゃないかなっていう気しますけど。
As you see Katsuomi Inagaki coming into the ring, he's just 24 years old, so his best years are in front of him. And Minoru Suzuki coming out with the trademark towel, black towel over the head, Josh.
Yeah, and from this he derived a nickname, the Black Hall, in Japan.
And Suzuki, look at those eyes, a very fearsome look. Is he trying to intimidate Inagaki?
I don't think trying is really the word. Suzuki was one of the most intimidating fighters within Pancrase, and I've personally trained and toured in pro wrestling with Suzuki before, and he's a very intense individual.
Inagaki, eyes not so intense. And Suzuki, of course, was a character in the Tekken video game. You can see why there. He looks like he should be in a video game.
Yeah, actually, a little known fact, Suzuki and some of the other Pancrase fighters were the people responsible for delivering all the motion capture work for a character named King in Tekken 3.
Now, the ref's checking, and at first I thought, what or where could the fighters be hiding anything? But he's not looking for illegal objects, Josh.
No, checking for any greases or oils that might hinder someone like Suzuki here as they're going for takedowns and grappling.
And a nice single leg takedown by Suzuki. Great technique, Josh.
Yes, getting the fight right to the mat, and really, I think for Suzuki, this match is a lot about control. Getting some hand control here, Inagaki looking for the armbar off of his back, but I don't think Suzuki's going to fall for that.
Suzuki stands at just around 5'9", not the biggest guy, but Josh, what he lacks in size, he makes up in speed and skill.
Exactly, and not to mention, not only speed and skill, but he's an incredibly vicious wrestler at that, as he's looking for the heel hook here as he dropped back to take the ankle.
Now, as both fighters are on the ground, you have to favor Suzuki in a matchup like this on the ground.
Certainly, and I think really all around it's really going to be about Suzuki, but there's something about having fear that can drive a opponent who's not as experienced to sort of pull out that adrenaline and maybe get that strike in or get that submission or hold out just that much longer.
Suzuki looked like he had the ankle of Inagaki. Now Inagaki gets out, but he looks like he dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, that was a pretty tight heel hook, but Inagaki was able to withstand the pain and continue to move and relieve the pressure and escape the hold as he's going for a toe hold here while Minoru works the back here and looking for a face lock or a choke perhaps.
Now Inagaki has his back turns to Minoru. What does he have to do to change that?
Well, he's got to get that grapevine out from underneath, and Suzuki's riding fairly loose because I think it's really more about picking his opportunities really than being too worried about where Inagaki's going to go.
Inagaki throws a knee to Suzuki, but Suzuki's smiling as if to say, I barely felt that.
Like I said, one of the meanest guys within the Pancrase organization, and it's really, to me, this match is about, it's more of a cat and mouse game.
So far, Suzuki, as you can see his face, he's looking very cool and composed, and the ref breaks the fighters. You'll see that sometimes if there's not enough action going on, or if the fighter's near the ropes, the ref will break them apart. Good rule, bad rule, Josh?
I think it's a good rule, certainly in concerns to the environment and the rule sets that they're using, and really you want to own the center of the ring in any circumstances, but especially with Pancrase, you don't want him to be able to get that rope if you happen to have him down and caught in that submission that's going to finish that match.
Inagaki was getting aggressive coming at Suzuki, but Suzuki with another single leg takedown, and now he's back on top.
Really, Suzuki's just applying his dominance onto Inagaki throughout this match, and it's really looking for the opportunity when he's going to see the chance to put Inagaki away.
Now, Inagaki's got to be feeling some pressure. It's his debut fight, and he's fighting the co-founder of Pancrase. He's got to feel the pressure.
He's got to be feeling a lot of pressure, but at the same time, getting a chance to step up and be in that position, to be the guy to face someone like Suzuki in the opening match, that's a big honor as well.
Minoru Suzuki looks like he's nearing a rear naked choke. Inagaki trying to do everything to get away from it. I don't know how successful he is, and now it looks like Suzuki has locked in that rear naked choke. Inagaki trying everything to get it off. I don't think he has a shot.
He's trying the hands, he's trying to get his hands free, he's trying to release the hold on the lock. Suzuki switches to a different grip, into a short choke.
Inagaki's corner telling him to tap out. And finally, Inagaki does. I'm not sure Suzuki realizes it. He's still got the chokehold on. And finally, the referee breaks it up, but Inagaki is out, Josh. He's in his own little world out there.
You know, maybe Suzuki might have even felt him tap, but he might not have been so inclined to let it go.
And Inagaki losing consciousness as Suzuki, a very impressive victory in his debut fight, Josh.
Yeah, and it's very emotional. And here he is approaching the head of All Japan Kickboxing, just asking for a rematch against Maurice Smith, the world champion kickboxer at the time, and also former UFC champion from a previous bout which they had in UWF, in which Maurice was victorious by knockout over Suzuki.
And of course, Suzuki looking for revenge, and he would get it in Event 6 of Pancrase.
今、日本キックボクシングの社長さんにどんなルールでもいいからモーリス・スミスをもう一度やらせてくれとお願いしました。みんなで実現に向けて応援してください。よろしくお願いします。
満足、技術的なものよりも気分的なものですごく乗れたっていうか、乗った形で試合ができたんで、それはまあ気分的なもので良かったなと思いますけど、自分の世代の時に自分が引退するまでの間にできるだけこのスタイル、要するにパンクラスっていうのをね、やっぱ世界中に広めたいですね。でそのためにはまず日本に定着させて、いくつもこうジムができて、それが世界に広がっていくような形を取れればなと思いますけど。
Yanagisawa versus Rutten.
Rutten is taking on Ryushi Yanagisawa. At the time, Yanagisawa, the 4th ranked heavyweight in Pancrase. Rutten, of course, nicknamed El Guapo, goes 6'1", 205 pounds, has since become a legend in mixed martial arts. Some argue the best Dutch fighter ever. And at this time, Rutten doesn't have a great ground game, but his striking already one of the best in Pancrase. And his opponent is Ryushi Yanagisawa, who actually went to Thailand for a week to study Muay Thai, and right now the 4th ranked heavyweight. The first fight for both fighters. As we start off the fight, both fighters exchanging kicks. Now Rutten comes with a high right kick, and a right palm strike takes Yanagisawa down. And right now, I don't know if Yanagisawa can tell you what year it is. In a little bit of trouble. Manages to get back on his feet, and the referee will continue this fight. He does get deducted a point. And Rutten comes right at him. Another right kick to the liver. Yanagisawa down again, and he was in his boat club in high school, but right now he must feel like he's in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Has no idea what's going on around him. And he is knocked out by Rutten. A very impressive victory. 43 seconds into the first round for Rutten, as you see him doing the Rutten jump, and Yanagisawa out cold. As the doctors will take a look at him, and Rutten also a little bit concerned for Yanagisawa now. Yanagisawa actually spent 2 days in the hospital, but he would be okay as we take a look at the replay. A right palm strike to the face, and Yanagisawa takes that, and he gets up. But as we take one more look at it, the first knockdown, and Yanagisawa does get up, but only suffers even more damage. A right kick to the liver of Yanagisawa. As we see left kick, right palm strike, another right knee. Yanagisawa goes down, blood coming out of his nose, and that would be the end of the fight.
すごい嬉しかったんですけど、やっぱその分すごい緊張感が、相手もだいぶ すごい殺気を出してたんで、ピーンとちょっと張り詰めたんでちょっと怖いなっていう。すごい相手が最初から僕を倒す気で来てたんで、それに対しての僕の気持ちがまだちょっと不足してたかなって、対応しきれなかったっていうすごい悔しい思いをしたんで、あとやっぱ世界レベルの打撃の選手とやれてすごいいい経験になりました。